I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be having sex versus making love. Well, this is a really important topic that I want to talk about. I talk about this extensively in my book. And if you've read my book already, you know that when I was younger, I spent a lot of time dating a lot of women and being in relationships with women that weren't what I really wanted. And I even settled for less than what I wanted and ended up getting married to a woman who was a great gal, and I loved the hell out of her, and she was a great woman, but I was never completely head over heels in love with her. I didn't feel it internally, and I settled basically. And the reason I did that is because of peer pressure from my friends, society. I mean, at the time, I simply believed that she was the best that I could get, and it was the best quality relationship, and to that point in my life, which I was only like 24, 25 at the time when it happened, I just figured I better hold on to this girl because I'm never going to find anybody better, because she was the best that I'd had to that point. And I had lots of women that I worked with, and I had lots of women that I was friends with, and they were all telling me the same shit. Oh, don't be stupid, don't let that girl go, she's amazing, and blah, blah, blah. And so I listened to them, even though internally my heart was fucking screaming at me, don't do this, this is the wrong girl for you. And I looked at, I had a completely dysfunctional set of parents at home and a dysfunctional family that I came from. And so there were no examples of healthy, loving relationships to follow or to emulate. And most of my friends, at the time, it's like everybody was getting married, and I I basically bullshitted myself into believing that I could make that relationship into something that it could never be. And luckily, thank God, after a year, I finally grew a set of balls and became a man and realized that I'm not happy. And because my wife she had taken herself off birth control and she was trying to get pregnant. I just realized that, oh my God, if she gets pregnant, I'm just going to end up raising a family that was just as fucked up as the family that my parents raised us in. And I was like, there's no way in hell. There's got to be a way to figure this shit out. And thank God I did, because if I hadn't, you wouldn't know me and you wouldn't be watching my videos right now, because I'd be like the rest of the miserable, 97% of people in this world that just their relationships suck, and the people that they're with in their relationships totally suck. And it completely changed my life, the experiences and the relationships that I had after that. And I left my wife when I was 27, and it was about 3-4 years before I met the girl I finally got. I was 31 years old before I got the experience dating a woman who just fucking knocked my socks off. And I screwed around with a lot of girls. I dated a lot of women. I slept with a lot of women. And I remember, when I was 21, there was so much peer pressure from my friends to lose my virginity that I finally just got it over with and slept with a girl and it was just a lousy fucking suck-ass experience. And because I was very idealistic, I wanted to have one perfect girl. That's what I really believed in my heart of hearts that I wanted deep down. And because I listened to what my friends told me and what society told me, I settled. And I made myself absolutely fucking miserable in the process. And most of my friends, they did the same fucking thing. And a lot of them are still married to this day. And I want to talk about having sex versus making love. Having sex is wonderful. Having sex with a drop-dead gorgeous woman is great. But if you're only connecting physically to this girl, after a while, after a few months, that's going to wear off. I was just answering a YouTube video for a guy who's basically at that point where he has nothing in common with his girlfriend. He has nothing to talk about. The conversation is dull, and he's just bored with her, but she just does it for him sexually. And the first time that you make love to a woman, when you're dating a girl and you're head over heels in love with her, and she feels the same way about you, and you're kissing, it's like every kiss is just magnificent. It's like touching her, holding her hand, or just kissing her arm and just looking at her skin. It's just it's just amazing. It's just a total different level when you connect with a woman, not only physically, but you connect with her emotionally, you connect with her spiritually, and you can connect with her mentally. It's a completely different level. If you haven't experienced making love versus having sex yet in your life, it's like me trying to describe what a rose looks and smells like when you've never seen a rose or smelled a rose in your life. It's absolutely impossible. you have to experience it on your own, because once you experience that for the first time, once you get into a relationship with a girl that's a total 10 in every way, not just physically, it's just completely different. It spoils you, because you can never go back to having sex with the girls that are, maybe an 8 or a 9 physically, but you just really don't connect with them and you don't like hanging out with them. It's a night and day experience. And so if you haven't experienced that great love of your life yet, don't fucking settle. Because I'll give you an example. One of my dearest friends, he's been with his wife now for, I think, about 35 years they've been together. And he was married, his first wife, he was married for about 10, 11 years, and he did the same exact thing that I did. He had a lot of peer pressure, and so he got married when he was 21, and he was going to leave his wife, and then, she, right before he was about to tell her, she says, oh, hey, I'm pregnant. And so he ended up staying in the relationship because he was staying in it for the kids. But after 11, 12 years, he was just like, I can't fucking take it anymore. I'm making myself miserable. And he got out of the relationship, and it was, 4 or 5 years later. And he was 33 when he met his wife, who he's with now, and she was only 18 at the time. I remember him describing their first date. She came over to his place, and he said he opened the door, and he was like, Corey, it was like a fucking angel was on my doorstep. It's like she did it for him in every fucking way. And they've raised 2 kids together, and they've been together for 35 years now, and he's going to be with his wife for the rest of his life. They've had plenty of bumps in the road along the way, but they still have fucking sex constantly. And he's almost 70 fucking years old now, and they have a great relationship, and they love each other, and they adore each other, and they have a great family together. And he didn't settle, and that was one of the things I learned from him. It was just more confirmation of one of the few people that I've met in my life who he settled one time and he realized I'll never fucking do that again. And he waited until the right girl came along. He fucked a lot of girls and had a lot of fun. He was a musician, so he was constantly getting laid, and he partied like a fucking rock star. But once he met his wife, it just completely fucking changed him and changed the quality of the relationships. And once you've had a relationship like that on that level, you'll never go back. You'll never go back to mediocrity. You won't want to. It'll be torture to you. It'll feel like you're completely wasting your life's essence and your life's energy. So that's something to think about. So if you have a question that you want to ask me, or there's a topic you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which is going to be the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max detailing your questions, your situation, your challenges, and you just got to give me several days to get back to you with a response, because I get a lot of email from the internet, and I also get a lot of it from my paying phone coaching customers. But be patient, and I will get back to you. And if you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. And you can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which is going to be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, go to my website, click the right underneath the email sign-up box will be a link that'll take you to the Amazon Kindle download page for my book. And once you get there, you don't have to have a Kindle device to read my book. All you have to do is download one of their free e-reader apps. And there's a button on the right-hand side of the download page. When you click that, it'll open up a window where you can download a free e-reader app for your Android smartphone, your Android tablet, your iPhone, your iPad, your Mac, or your PC. It takes a matter of seconds to download and install it, and then once it's installed, only a few more seconds after that to complete the purchase of my book, and you'll be reading it in no time. And I will talk to you soon.